front row, Larson and Allgaier. For the first time ever, NASCAR's Xfinity Series going green at Sonoma Raceway. Three wide, turn two. How do you feel about that, guys?
Well, I think a lot of these guys are learning that there is a huge checkup when you get to turn two. So for many of them, that's the first time that they've been up there, and it happens again as you get up here to the top of the hill in 3A. So the first laps here are always pretty tough, and you got to take care of the front of your race car to make sure you don't get a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think that next stack is coming up here in turn 7, as Coleman talked about. A lot of opportunities, really wide entry into one of the slickest corners on the racetrack.
Eric Almirola making his second start, 2023 in an Xfinity car, driving the 28. Fast in qualifying, good in the race. Gets by Allgaier for that runner-up position.
He looks really racy here. Really able to kind of muscle that position away through a kind of a funnel point. You talked about Justin being one of our favorites today as far as the regulars go, and I think Eric's probably a wild card. Obviously, a Cup driver with a ton of experience, but excited to see what he can do.
You want to take care of the rear tires, and you don't know when the caution is going to come out. You have a limited amount of tires, and you need to be able to keep the car driving forward up off the corners. So we see AJ sliding his car around a lot of sliding, and I don't know how that will. I think I know how it will affect it as we get to lap 10, 15. But not having the stage brakes, you can't depend on that caution coming out, because sometimes you just get in a rhythm here and the cars get spread out a little bit, and you have to go a full run.
Right now in this race at Sonoma, Larson, Almirola, and Allmendinger, but the 10 is right there, and we'll see what he does here into 11. Can he get the 28?
Adam, you knew what he was going to do.
Yes, he will. Set him up, and there he goes. AJ to second.
Yeah, and you see that third stack of tires there is knocked in. I wonder who in the field has hit that.
Joe Graff Jr. turn 4. There it goes down the hill. And when you leave turn 4, you drive down to turn 7. That's where his teammate Ryan Sieg had a problem. Connor Mozak, 24. 02 Blaine Perkins, and behind them maybe a little help for Sieg, huh?
Like a little bit of help.
I laugh. He's not laughing.
No, he's not laughing.
No.
This guy's not having any problems. Kyle Larson.
I don't know if he's laughing, but he's smiling inside the race car. 2 to go on the stage, and neither one of those drivers in position to get stage points, and that's worth mentioning because they're 1-2 in the regular season standings coming into today's race. Ross Chastain into John Hunter Nemechek. He goes around in turn 11. Mark that one down for later in the race.
Well, John Hunter was struggling. He was going backwards. His car was sliding all over the place, and that's really what this all is. Last week he was, in my opinion, had the best car, was the car to beat, and come to a different racetrack, same car, same team, same driver, and he's struggling with grip right now.
Kyle Larson leads wire to wire. He wins stage 1. AJ Allmendinger is second. Eric Almirola is third. Fourth going to go to Justin Allgaier. And that's worth noting because he's someone running for the championship. He wants those stage points. And an issue maybe for Josh Berry.
It looks like over by turn 7 off of the chute. No drive.
Well, the caution's going to come out, and the guy that's going to benefit from this
Riley Herbst
is going to be Riley Herbst.
Richard Boswell, his crew chief, must have said, I sense there's going to be a caution. Let's hit. And there it is. Yellow flag is out. Front row for the restart. Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek. It's stage 2 at Sonoma.
Great launch by the 20 car in the outside lane.
Right side door. Right side bumper. He's going to sail it in there hard here. Bumper coming at you. He's loose under here. Just let it roll. Let it roll.
A lot of dust.
Big stack up.
Didn't see any cars around. I'm sure there's probably some damage as Austin Hill takes the race lead.
That's the great part about not having stages stop and letting the race play out, is to be able to have these situations play out.
Here's Larson trying to take the top spot away. Not even 2 laps into the run. 17 back on point around Austin Hill. And A.J. Allmendinger trying to follow him through. As you said, Austin, stay in touch with that front group. In fact, A.J.'s back there racing the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek for third. Excuse me, that's not for second. Things getting physical here.
Oh, man.
Okay, so that's one of my biggest pet peeves as a race car driver on a road course. Blocking on the brake zone. You know, John Hunter obviously was trying to defend the position, but Ty had already committed to the brake pedal. You know, he's already committed to driving hard into the brake zone. And if you move a car in front of me, it's not going to help me stop any better until I hit it.
Gibbs got a fast car. Around Austin Hill and up to third.
Yeah, now that we got Larson, Allmendinger, and Gibbs in clean air, I'm looking at lap times, looking at strengths and weaknesses, seeing what information I can give to my driver, seeing what information I can take out of, you know, the cars that I've passed up to this point.
Hey, look at that.
Big damage on Sage.
Sage Karam,
yeah, that's Karam. Beat up on the right rear. Sammy Smith comes by, Sam Mayer as well. Sheldon Creed waiting in the wings. It's back around 10th.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's one of those self-clearancing issues.
No.
Pull the right rear out. Pull the right rear
Sounds like
fender
they're
out.
already pitting.
Larson wins stage 1, wins stage 2 at Sonoma. I'll tell you this, last year Larson won the pole and got both stages at Road America, but finished second in the race to Ty Gibbs. Now, that appears unthinkable right now because of what's transpiring on track, but one caution could change everything. Allmendinger comes by in second, Gibbs is third. Allgaier scoring stage points again, he was fourth. Austin Hill, who came in second in the regular season championship chase, gets 6 stage points, he was fifth. Almirola sixth. Nemechek leading the points coming in was seventh. Herbst makes the strategy play work for some stage points. He was eighth. Kligerman and Mayer 9th and 10th in stage 2.
Yeah, so as this race goes through turn 10 right there just winds up being a lot of debris, and really if you miss your entry and you wind up a little bit too wide, it's almost impossible to get the car back in the groove. And he just got a little wide on the entry and never got the car back in the groove and wound up in the fence. There's just not a lot of runoff on the exit of turn 10.
Kyle Larson is not going to buy Jeffrey Earnhardt a case of wine because his advantage over A.J. Allmendinger was more than 13 seconds. And now the caution comes out. You tighten the field.
Oh, big slide for Suarez.
Eric Almirola coming through.
This is a huge opportunity for Eric right now.
Look at A.J. Allmendinger side by side with Larson as they hit 3 and 3A. We understand the restart is under review. We'll keep an eye on things and await word from NASCAR. Almirola, second start of the year, has the race lead in front of Allmendinger and Larson. Suarez, who stayed out, is back to fifth as Justin Allgaier makes a move.
See, Ty Gibbs could have been part of that deal up at the front. He lost so many spots on pit road as you see a bunch of dirt and cars jumping everywhere.
I think there was a body slam back there entering the S's. Cole Custer in the top 10.
So the 20, all clear. Clear by half.
Larson thought about it, waits patiently.
And that's what makes A.J. Allmendinger so tough, right? Because in that position where you think that you had him in a spot oh man, that's tight. To make a pass under the braking zone, you can't do it because A.J. is so good on the brakes. But they're going to do their best to lean on each other right here, Austin.
If that was any example that this is not going to be an easy pass. It's going to be. It's great if you're Eric Almirola to know that Kyle Larson is stuck behind one of the best guys on the brakes, which your only passing zone. So Larson's going to have to use the bumper. He's going to have to try and find a creative line to figure out his way around quickly before Almirola gets too far away.
Well, and A.J. knows that if he gets by him, his race is over.
Shot of winning is over.
Yeah, his shot at winning is over if he gets by.
So A.J.'s play here is to hopefully stay on the outside or even cross him over. But I'll say pretty easy pass after all that hype.
Yeah.
On the brakes, Kyle Larson passes A.J. Allmendinger.
Larson is second, 1.1 seconds behind your race leader, Eric Almirola. We'll see if he can get there and how long it will take him. We said the restart was under review. The 07 of Daniel Suarez posted. He'll have to make a pass-through penalty. What's going on with Brandon Jones? Check this out.
Yeah, I saw the dirt out of the side of the booth, and it's just so hard to go through the S's right there side by side. And you see Jeb Burton bounce off the curb and get up into Brandon Jones and spin him through the dirt.
And you can see inching ever so closer with what's going to be 10 laps remaining next time around.
Well, I think he's in the gap right now in an Xfinity car that dirty air is affecting you, and it's a narrow enough racetrack that it's going to be hard to close that gap until the tires start to fall off. Now we have 11 laps left, so tires are going to fall off at Sonoma with 11 laps. So you're going to see some of that differential, some of that advantage come into play. But I think that's what he's fighting right now to finish those last couple tenths of a second.
If he can park it in the center to 2/3 and kind of take away that point to at least stop something. Here's Larson changing it up a little bit this time, trying to send it in the corner.
A little nudge. Some contact off the corner. Here comes Kyle Larson.
I think Kyle really cut him a break there. I think he had every right to really roll into his right rear quarter panel. He wants to make this pass clean.
8 laps to go now. Turn 1, top of the hill to 2.
To your point, Kevin, about 8A and that S's section being important, that was, you saw Eric get a bit of a slide through there, and that really gave Kyle enough of a gap to make up the difference through turn 10 and into the brakes into 11.
Here we go again. Turn 11. How close can he get?
Well, if Eric can keep getting off of turn 8A like he is right now, but this is his where he's at a disadvantage right there. He enters shallow.
Oh, Larson.
Whoa.
Way wide.
What happened there?
A.J. Allmendinger comes by and gets second.
That was really odd.
I don't even know what to even say.
Because it didn't look like he was loose into the corner, like it looked like he had positive lock into the car, you know, turning right hand into the corner. I wonder if there's any radio or replay here.
You know, if you go back to Cup qualifying earlier today, it was turn 11 where Larson had a problem.
I wonder if like power steering went out or something happened there.
That is one of the oddest things I've seen.
Because it just straightens up on him. You don't see him counter steer here. You don't see him have a reaction. I don't think he hit that tire bundle.
I mean, it almost looks like the car turns left. I mean, it goes straight, and then all of a sudden it tries to turn left on its own.
The only thing Eric Almirola knows is it was the best thing that's happened so far today.
Yeah.
he clearly wants to. He goes for a big lunge into 7.
And I think he lost pace earlier when the 10 car and the 17 car had contact down the front straightaway. You see that right front fender and the splitter damage on the 17 car. I wonder if that has something to do with it. But he still had pace, but he lost some pace when he got that damage there on the right front.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Next flag will end the race. Less than 2 miles to victory lane for Eric Almirola. RSS Racing started competing in the Xfinity Series 10 years ago. Best finish twice, a second on 2 different occasions. They're headquartered in Sugar Hill, Georgia. Through turn 11.
Good job, Trevor. Thank you.
Here's Eric Almirola. The first Xfinity race at Sonoma goes to Eric. He gets it done in wine country.
Yeah, Eric, good job, buddy.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.